Welcome to the Pariksha Academy. Today's topic is Constitutional Amendment Procedure. Procedure for amendment of the Constitution. Meaning of Constitutional Amendment. Constitutional amendment means alteration, addition or repeal of any constitutional provision according to the procedure prescribed by the Constitution. The amendment mechanism enables the Constitution to adapt to changing social, economic and political circumstances. The Indian Constitution is neither completely rigid nor completely flexible. Different constitutional provisions are amended through different procedures. Constitutional basis of amendment. The principal provisions relating to constitutional amendment are contained in Article 368 in Part 20 of the Constitution. Article 368 empowers Parliament, in exercise of its constituent power, to amend the Constitution by addition, variation or repeal of constitutional provisions. Not every constitutional change is made under Article 368. Certain provisions can be changed by a simple majority of Parliament, and such changes are not treated as constitutional amendments for the purposes of Article 368. Three major methods of amendment. Constitutional changes in India can broadly be classified into three categories. Amendment by simple majority of Parliament. Amendment by special majority of Parliament. Amendment by special majority of Parliament along with ratification by at least one half of the state legislatures. Amendment by simple majority. Certain constitutional provisions can be changed through the ordinary legislative process by a simple majority of Parliament. Such changes are outside the scope of Article 368. Simple majority generally means a majority of the members present and voting. Admission or establishment of new states is an important example. Formation of new states and alteration of areas, boundaries or names of existing states are also examples. Creation or abolition of state legislative councils can be carried out through the simple majority procedure. Certain provisions relating to salaries and allowances of members of Parliament and state legislatures may be changed through the ordinary legislative process. Matters relating to parliamentary procedure and conduct of business may also fall within this category. Parliament can make and modify laws relating to citizenship through the ordinary legislative process. Certain provisions of the 5th and 6th schedules may also be changed according to prescribed procedures outside Article 368. Amendment by special majority. Most provisions of the Constitution require a special majority of Parliament for amendment. Special majority requires the support of a majority of the total membership of the House. It also requires the support of not less than 2/3 of the members present and voting. Both conditions must be satisfied simultaneously. The required majority must be obtained separately in each House of Parliament. Provisions relating to fundamental rights are generally amended through this procedure. Provisions relating to the directive principles of state policy are also generally amended through this procedure. Most constitutional provisions for which ratification by the states is not specifically required fall within this category. Special majority with ratification by states. Certain important provisions concerning the federal structure require ratification by the states in addition to the special majority of Parliament. Such an amendment must first be passed in each House of Parliament by a majority of the total membership and by not less than 2/3 of the members present and voting. It must then be ratified by the legislatures of at least one half of the states. State ratification is given by a simple majority. Ratification by all states is not required. The Constitution does not prescribe a specific time limit within which the states must complete ratification. Matters requiring ratification by states. Changes relating to the constitutional provisions concerning the election of the President require state ratification. Changes relating to the extent of executive powers of the Union and the states fall within this procedure. Specified constitutional provisions relating to the Supreme Court and High Courts require state ratification. Changes relating to the distribution of legislative powers between the Union and the states require state ratification. Changes to the lists contained in the 7th schedule require state ratification. Changes relating to the representation of states in Parliament require state ratification. Amendment of Article 368 itself also requires state ratification. Introduction of a constitutional amendment bill. The amendment process begins with the introduction of a constitutional amendment bill in either House of Parliament. The bill may be introduced in the Lok Sabha or the Rajya Sabha. A constitutional amendment bill cannot be introduced in a state legislature. The bill may be introduced by a minister or a private member. Prior permission of the President is not required for introducing a constitutional amendment bill. Role of both Houses of Parliament. A constitutional amendment bill must be passed separately by both Houses of Parliament with the required majority. The Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha possess equal powers in matters of constitutional amendment. Passage by only one house is not sufficient. One house cannot override the decision of the other house through its numerical strength. No joint sitting. There is no provision for a joint sitting of Parliament in case of disagreement between the two houses over a constitutional amendment bill. The provision for a joint sitting under Article 108 does not apply to constitutional amendment bills. If the required majority is not obtained in either house, the bill cannot be passed as a constitutional amendment. Calculation of special majority. The requirement of a majority of the total membership is calculated with reference to the total membership of the House. The constitutional requirement based on total membership is not removed merely because some seats are vacant. The requirement of 2/3 of the members present and voting is calculated on the basis of members actually participating in the vote. Members who do not participate in voting are not counted among the members present and voting for this purpose. Ratification by state legislatures. Where state ratification is required, the amendment is placed before the state legislatures after being passed by Parliament. Ratification by at least one half of the states is necessary. State legislatures perform an important constitutional role in this process. Article 368 uses the expression legislatures of the states for the purpose of ratification. States cannot initiate a constitutional amendment bill. Their role is limited to ratifying those amendments for which the Constitution specifically requires state ratification. Assent of the President. After completion of the required parliamentary procedure and state ratification wherever necessary, the constitutional amendment bill is presented to the President. Under Article 368, the President shall give assent to such a bill. The President cannot return a constitutional amendment bill to Parliament for reconsideration. The President cannot withhold assent to a duly passed constitutional amendment bill. After presidential assent, the Constitution stands amended in accordance with the terms of the amendment. Absence of referendum. The Indian Constitution does not provide for a referendum for constitutional amendments. Direct approval of the people is not required for amending the Constitution. The amendment process operates primarily through Parliament and, in specified cases, the state legislatures. Limited role of state legislatures. State legislatures cannot introduce constitutional amendment bills. Most constitutional amendments do not require approval of the states. Ratification by at least one half of the states is required only for amendments concerning specified federal provisions. Therefore, Parliament has a considerably wider role than the states in the constitutional amendment process. Limitations on the amending power. The constitutional amending power of Parliament is wide but not unlimited. Parliament may amend any part of the Constitution. However, constitutional amendment cannot destroy or abolish the basic structure of the Constitution. Thus, both the procedure and substance of constitutional amendments remain subject to constitutional limitations. Constitutional amendment and judicial review. Constitutional amendments are not completely beyond the scope of judicial review. The Supreme Court can examine the constitutional validity of a constitutional amendment. An amendment may be subjected to judicial scrutiny if the prescribed constitutional procedure has not been followed. A constitutional amendment violating the basic structure can be declared invalid by the court. Flexible features of the amendment procedure. Certain constitutional changes can be made by a simple majority. Most amendments do not require ratification by the states. A constitutional amendment bill can be introduced in either House of Parliament. No referendum is required for constitutional amendment. These features provide a degree of flexibility to the Indian amendment procedure. Rigid features of the amendment procedure. Most constitutional provisions require a special majority. Amendments affecting specified federal provisions require ratification by at least one-half of the states. Both houses of Parliament must pass a constitutional amendment bill separately. There is no provision for a joint sitting to resolve disagreement between the two houses. The basic structure places a substantive constitutional limitation on the amending power. Constitutional significance of the amendment procedure. The amendment procedure enables the Constitution to evolve according to changing circumstances. It maintains a balance between constitutional stability and constitutional change. The simple majority procedure facilitates certain administrative and structural changes. The special majority requirement protects important constitutional provisions from alteration by an ordinary legislative majority. State ratification ensures participation of the states in important changes affecting the federal structure. The limitation of the basic structure maintains a balance between the power of constitutional amendment and preservation of the fundamental identity of the Constitution. Thank you very much for joining us. For more useful study material, please like and share this video, and subscribe to the Pariksha Academy channel.